was raised earlier today. The 2024 defending national champions without their 2024 Freshman of the Year, though, Izzy Stark, not in the lineup for Penn State, not in the lineup for the foreseeable future. She put out a public statement on the state of her mental health, needed to step away for a little bit. She identifies it as a pause, but Penn State will have to find their identity without their quarterback. And in a tight one here against top 14 of the nation, I'd say feeling okay about yourselves moving forward. Molly Brezowitz back to serve. Lions serving, setting from the 10-foot line. Kennedy Martin up against a double block time and time again, finding ways to get kills.
Now Kennedy Martin moving to the backcourt, so she's got a nasty serve back there, and expect Penn State to keep her involved in the back row as well.
She's finding ways to get kills in unideal situations too, which is what stands out about Martin in that role. O'Brien throws it over on two, and Lions somehow stays clean of the net. Beautiful set. O'Brien goes back to the middle. Oh, Grimes was on it, but Hop touched it. Out of reach. Kennedy Washington with a heads-up play.
A lot of different defensive strategies up at the net for Penn State right now. Keeping their shorter setter, Addie Lyon, on the left side, so you have a bigger block on the left side for Kentucky going up against. A better matchup for the Nittany Lions.
It's a great analysis by you, Emily. Brooklyn Delay throws a big serve that cannot be handled on Penn State's side. Ball was too tight for Addie Lyon to handle. Timeout taken by Penn State, locked up 21 apiece. Who's gonna take this one in State College? They've battled before, these two teams, recent as last year, and it was Penn State that won it in reverse sweep fashion, but on the road against Kentucky. We'll take a look back at that meeting last year, and that was one of the marquee wins for Penn State as they made a deep run to the national title. 3-2, September 6th, and entirely different looking team, but a team that would eventually win it all. It's also the first time since 2011 that the Wildcats have been reverse swept. At that time, they got reverse swept last weekend as well against Nebraska.
This is difficult when you're entering an environment like this. Penn State is more than capable of doing something like that because they have this crowd behind them, completely packed to the brim. Everybody rooting for the Nittany Lions right now, but in the last 4 points of the set, it's going to be really important for them to put up a big block on the left side. So now that you have Brooklyn Delay in the backcourt, all the focus for Penn State needs to be on Delay and Hudson.
You are absolutely right about that. So, do you camp them one way or the other? What do you talk your middles in your case Schumacher calling?
I think you keep one middle on Delay. We'll see how they switch block because you have Addie Lyon, a shorter blocker up right now. We've seen her stay on the left side, and both the middle and the left side blocker actually moving over to block Kentucky's left sides. So strategically, we'll see what they throw at it, but I think it's smart to keep Addie Lyon on the left side blocking because she's so short.
Well, and then you got the sneaky Kennedy Washington in the middle who's been keeping Penn State honest in that block situation. We'll see what they do here. Delay back to serve. Oh, and an ace. What a time to do it. Took a little bit off of it.
Brooklyn Delay's got ice in her veins. She knows exactly what to do at any given moment in whatever phase of the game. High IQ play from the junior.
Yeah, you feel for Jocelyn Nathan in that one. You're expecting a bomb, and she takes just enough off of it for it to drop in front of that platform. Addie Lyon bump sets out to Emmy Selman. Kentucky digs it out. O'Brien goes quick to the pin, and it works once again. You called it, Emily. Eva Hudson gets her 8th kill of the night.
Kentucky's offense completely runs through those left sides. They get over 2/3 of the set on this Kentucky team, so you have to know that the ball's probably going over there, but it's really difficult when you have a player like Brooklyn Delay in the backcourt.
Kentucky 2 points away from taking the match off the defending national champs. Emmy Tospin again. Ryan setting from the backcourt. Kennedy Martin notes up. She's defending. Eva Hudson had less time to load up, but gets it done. Lyon throws it up. And our first look at Ewing as Alexis Ewing for Penn State. Has some pedigree too. She's the daughter of the NBA legend Patrick Ewing and the legend from Long Beach State, Cheryl Weaver. who Russ Rose had high praise for, won a national title with them, was an All-American as well, so great pedigree. Checks back out of the lineup, but nice to see her in the mix. Ava Feldudo back to serve. Out to the pin, it's Eva Hudson. Talk about ice running through your veins. You got two L1s basically in this lineup for Kentucky.
It's so difficult to take down a team like Kentucky when you have your high point scorers all over the court doing exactly what they do.
Match point for the Kentucky Wildcats, looking to knock off the defending champs in Penn State. This is not the vision that Penn State had in their heads when it came to this matchup. Trying to get the job done here without their setter, Izzy Stark. But Kentucky looks to be, in my mind, top 2, 3, 4. Where would you put them?
Yeah, I think right now, to me, you have a team like Nebraska who looks like a well-oiled machine at number 1. I think there's a lot of question marks. Who's that next 2, 3, 4, 5? You've got Louisville, who looks really strong right now, but hasn't necessarily played the caliber of opponent that we've seen the other top 5 teams play. I think Kentucky right now looks better than a Pitt team. I think they look better than a Penn State team all around, so I would put Kentucky at number 2. Yeah. The way that they're playing, you don't come into an environment like Rec Hall and just sweep and walk away and not try to earn that spot.
That's a great assessment by you. That's the voice of Emily Eamon. I'm Michelle McMahon, and there is Craig Skinner. Like the way that he commands his business and what he has done for this Kentucky program, bringing them to new heights in 21 years at the helm. And again, Wildcats looking to crash the party. Penn State began their night lifting that banner to the Raptors, and right now fighting for their match lives against a heavyweight opponent in Kentucky. See the weight of this match on the shoulders and on the facial expressions of the Nittany Lions. It's match points will continue here for Kentucky. Katie Schumacher-Cauley looking to ice out Kentucky's server, which is a freshman, Trinity Ward. Louisville, Kentucky native. Dreamt of playing for Kentucky volleyball. That dream coming true here, and a chance to knock off the defending champs. Feldudo handles the passing load. Kennedy Martin loads up in the middle back position, and Penn State lives to see another day.
This is where Kennedy Martin takes over in these kind of situations, late in sets, even from the backcourt. Expect 90% of the sets to go to her right now. She is Penn State's go-to attacker.
She's also the lead kill getter in this one. Team total kills on her night, tied with Brooklyn Delay. What a serve from Penn State. It lands in. The Wildcats crash the party. Kentucky storms into Rec Hall and stuns the defending champions on banner night. What a moment. What a match for the Wildcats. And this is a signature moment for head coach Craig Skinner.
Really impressive win for Kentucky to come into this kind of environment and look completely unfazed from start to finish. It is so difficult to hold on to that high level of play through not just 2 sets, but 3 sets. Kentucky learned from last weekend after being up 2-0 against the number 1 team in the country, Nebraska, and they came into that 3rd set completely dialed, much different than what we saw last Sunday.
Well, they might have a new starting center on their hands, too. How about Cassie O'Brien, the freshman, taking the reins out of Katy, Texas, and Kentucky hitting 349 on Penn State, also coming away with 11 blocks. The Wildcats primed to make a deep run this season. Emily Eamon identifies them as a top 2 team in the nation. I tend to agree. We'll see where they land in next week's standings. We're going to step aside for just a moment, but don't you go away. Emily Eamon will join us courtside for a chat with head coach Craig Skinner and what this win means to them.